Today I'm making a wonderful British pie, chicken, mushroom and bacon, a match made in heaven. This is a beautiful and comforting dish, and to make this even more special, I've made my own puff pastry. I put a link here and also in the description down below so you can check out the video and see how easy it is to make your very own puff pastry at home. I definitely recommend it. Without further ado, hit that like and subscribe button and let's dive straight in and I'll show you how to make the most amazing British pie. Right, so how do we do this one then? All about preparation of the ingredients first of all. So I start off with chopping some onion. I've got one white onion and one red onion here. Traditionally you probably use white, but I've mixed it up a little bit with white and red. Then I chop up some mushrooms. These are wonderful chestnut mushrooms, so a wonderful earthy flavour. I cut these in half and quarter. Some of the bigger ones I cut again to get them a little bit smaller. Chop up a couple of cloves of garlic, and then I move on to the meat, chop up some wonderful streaky bacon and also some chicken thigh. You could use some chicken breast, but I love a thigh because it's a little bit cheaper and has the most amazing succulent flavour. So chop all of this up. Also, I have 2 tablespoons of plain flour, some thyme, 2 bay leaves, some white wine, some chicken stock, some whole milk. Wonderful, so once you've got all of that prepped, you can move over to a large pan. I've got a pan on the go here, a bit of olive oil. I want to just put this in and stagger the ingredients through. Start off with the onion. Onion typically is going to be the first thing you're going to put in because it just takes quite a while to break down. Move it around a little bit and then add in streaky bacon. And we're going to add in the chicken. Once the onions start to soften a little bit and there's a little bit of colour in the streaky bacon, you can add in the chestnut mushrooms. We're going to go in with the garlic cloves, we're going to add in the thyme, we're going to add in the bay leaves, we're going to get all of those flavours going on. Everything's starting to get a little bit more cooked now. We're going to add in the plain flour. This will not only soak up a little bit of the moisture in the pan, it will also thicken everything up later. And we're going to add in some whole milk, also some chicken stock. Lovely, I'm very happy with that consistency, so I'm going to turn off the heat and just leave that to cool for a little bit. Next stage is the puff pastry. Of course you can buy your own puff pastry, you don't have to make it. So what I'm going to do is just roll this puff pastry out nice and thin, roll out another bit for the lid, and I'm going to place it into my pie dish here, and I'm going to pour in my filling. Be really nice and generous with the filling. There's nothing worse than a pie which just isn't filled well. I'm also going to use a little bit of egg wash just around the rim, and I'm going to place that lid on. Now I'm going to use a fork and I'm just going to push that down on the edges. Brush this with egg wash and then put it in a hot oven, 220 for about 20-25 minutes or so. That heat will really help the pastry puff up. This is a proper pie and there's nothing better than making it yourself at home. The wonderful chicken, mushroom and bacon is a match made in heaven. And also the thyme and the white wine, all of the ingredients work so well together and really complement each other. This is a fantastic thing to cook. You can put it in the middle of the table with some lovely vegetables, you can slice in and just have a bite. It's absolutely delicious. And it's a pub staple. You will find this up and down the country in lots of different pubs, and there's so many different pies you can do as well, and I hope to explore that on the Foodie Kitchen Review. Thanks so much for watching today. Really appreciate your support, and until next time, fellow foodies, happy cooking.